But then let's get started. So welcome to today's working group meeting. Let me share the agenda. We have that screen. So we have a few items on our agenda. So a small pull request from a contributor. Here someone wants or proposes an ops file to customize blob store options or configure options for blob stores which are compatible to S3. So this looks actually rather straightforward. So he wants to configure these parameters and set them everywhere where we have this fog connection parameter. Looks okay. I just could not produce this Bosch ops file error message, even if I did it wrong. So without use external blob store. So maybe we should leave that out. And it's the file is still missing in the overview README. But if you can also have a quick look at this proposal and say yes or no, that would be fine. Okay. What was that? Experimental support for MySQL 8.4. So this was yeah, yet another new experimental ops file for configuring the MySQL version to 8.4. Note that the default is 8.0 and the 8.0 file actually contains nothing. It's just a placeholder. So in the next step, we could remove the 8.0 file, but then cut a major release. I think the validation worked without any problems. Yeah. So yeah, maybe Oliver, if any one of you can follow up on that and remove the MySQL 8.0 stuff, that would be fine.
Yeah, we can do this as part of our community work.
Yep. Okay, then IPv6 is making some good progress. So Milena and I have recreated the Dobby environment with the latest Bosch bootloader version. Maybe I can quickly show the relevant changes because we weren't so really sure if everything works as expected, but we now have Dobby, and in the vars section, we now have this small flag configuration. Dual stack is true. I think that was all. And then Bosch bootloader on AWS creates everything that you need for IPv6 egress traffic. That is, we have this new egress gateway. We have VPC with IPv6 ranges. We have the according subnets. So worked out of the box like a charm. Ingress comes with yet another Bosch bootloader version. They're still working on that. And of course, we cannot really use egress traffic at the moment because Bosch is not ready. But okay, so Bosch bootloader and yeah, cloud controller and CF deployment have done their homework. And when Bosch is ready, we can then finally start activate the acceptance tests.
Yeah, Jochen, I have here an update. The Bosch team has more or less most of the PRs already created. Also these are the prefixes that they have to populate for IPv6, and they have here a common ticket where they collect all the PRs and currently in the review phase, and hopefully in the next 1 or 2 weeks they are then also merged, and then I think
Okay.
we should be ready with Bosch that we can once again recreate the bubble environment.
Okay. It would not be a recreation then, so I hope they should integrate their changes into Bosch deployment, and Bosch bootloader updates the Bosch deployment submodule, and then Bosch bootloader creates a new release, and when we have that one, then we have the latest Bosch, and okay, things, maybe it works. Yeah, good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I should maybe have logged onto the console, so I could have shown a little bit, but okay, maybe next time we'll also come to that topic. The Cedric environment has also been recreated and moved to US East 1 for cost saving. That was, I think, also rather straightforward. You just have to do things in the correct order. So first bubble down in the old region, then change the region, bubble up again, and at the DNS delegation entry. So yeah, rather straightforward. All can be done. We've done this with the pipeline here, destroy, and then add claimed lock and set up again. And I hope, Oliver, you can follow up and do this for the remaining environments.
Yeah, we have already a backlog item for this to continue for the other environments. Yeah, still a little bit pending. Let's see. You know the situation with Dimida.
Okay. Good.
But at least we have it in the backlog, and hopefully we
Okay,
soon
good.
follow
It's in
up
the
on it.
backlog.
Yeah.
Just remember for Trelawney, we also have 4 buckets in the Europe region. Those also need to be migrated. Here, I'm not 100% sure what is the best approach.
Is there something specific for Trelawney, or is
Yes,
just
it is the only one with external blob store. And the buckets should also be migrated. Yeah, but okay. Regarding cost saving, I've already shown this in Tuesday's talk meeting. So indeed, the first results are visible. So we have, where is billing? No.
The bottom. Oh.
Billing account, reports, and it was time range year to date by, I think, have I shown this already? Well, again, so since beginning of June, we trigger the CF deployment pipeline only once per day, not per commit. And you see we have a notable decrease in compute engine costs, so from 6K down to 5K. Okay, not too bad. Remember, we also trigger the Noble stem cell validation and the IPv6 validation pipelines also only once per day. So this also should save a little bit. And yeah, now comes the migration to the US East 1 regions, which could save another roughly 20% on VM cost. Okay. Any questions to cost saving?
I was just wondering whether there was a way that we could configure those, because right now they always run even if nothing's changed.
Yes, this is true.
I was just wondering whether there was a way we could have a job in front of
Yeah.
Yeah, something. I don't know whether, because I'm assuming that the triggers after claiming the environment are all then based on the environment file changing, which it obviously has because it's been claimed. But I was wondering whether there was a way to have a job before that that had the trigger based on the commit of CF deployment, so that if nothing had actually changed, then it wouldn't actually acquire the pool. I don't know whether that actually happens or not, because that should be like if the unit test trigger on a daily basis, but then the next job is based on CF deployment commit SHA, then maybe they wouldn't actually trigger if nothing's changed, and that commit had already been validated. I guess it's not likely because most of the time we do get changes almost every day, but on the off chance...
no, you have a point. There are certainly days when there are no changes at all,
Right.
when no
I'm
Bosch
just wondering
release is updated.
It will be interesting to see if this design means that we don't trigger the pipeline on those days. I think it should, now that I look at it.
July 8th, so there was nothing on July 9th, right? I've seen there's also nothing on July 6th and 7th.
Okay,
Okay,
good. So
then
it is doing that, so that's
then
good.
it seems to do the right thing. So let's check the commits, and we have
we do have commits on the 7th. We have commits on the 7th, which then triggered on the 8th, and we have commits on the 4th, which triggered on the 5th.
here.
But yes,
There's nothing on 5th. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So
Good.
perfect.
So
Working
that is,
as
as optimally as we possibly can. Yeah.
works as designed. Great. Yeah, good. It won't get much better than that, unless we decide to bubble up and down the bubble jump boxes and Bosch directors. Yeah, but okay. Let's first do the relocation to US East 1 and see if we save enough money next week or so. There's a a board meeting where they figure out some numbers, how much we should save, and then we know more.
Okay.
Just one question to cost saving. If we move the other ends to from Europe to US regions, are we then so far okay from the cost reductions? Or is there
well, yes, it's what we can do for now. I mean, Behan has opened an issue to collect even more ideas. So, but for now, the plan is to move to US East 1. So everything, so that we also save network cost. And yeah, then we're done then we have done our first 2 big steps for cost saving. And
I think what is left then is to move the concourse as well.
The concourse, yes. Yeah, I started with that one today for the test instance, and wow. Yeah, it's TerraGrant up and down. Yeah.
Is this move to a central concourse topic?
No, we don't have a central one yet. This in RFC state. Maybe there will be something end of the year. But for now, we have to keep our working group concourses, and we will move them also to US East 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This one just came in, I think, from also Milena. So maybe we have now a new experimental ops file for enabling IPv6. Where is it?
On main at the moment.
Sorry, it's of course not in main. It is let's take develop. Configure. So here it is. So, and the idea is that now each team contributes to this file to set the flags for their components to enable v6. So this is for the cloud controller. This is easy. It's just one configuration flag. But of course, we have now also more complex changes. For example, default security groups. This one. Yeah, so we have, can we read it like this? Yes. So these are the default application security groups defined in the manifest, and when the cloud controller is started, it picks those up and configures it. So these are the IPv4 public network rules. So they just exclude the IPv4 private networks. Then we have rules for DNS. And okay, this is now the proposal for IPv6 public networks. Okay.
This will change.
Yeah.
Basically, some other ideas. As this is the first proposal, but
Mhm.
first the discussion started if for IPv6 the existing public network security group should be used or not, and there we want to have a separate security group for IPv6 only. So I think this gives us also more flexibility to have only IPv4, IPv6, and maybe even the dual mode to have both. And I think also, but here your feedback is highly welcome, Jochen. We said also if it's in the CF deployment YAML, then it's in the core CF product, and I think this should not be the case as of now, but better have it the security group
Yeah,
for IPv6 in the experimental ops file, so that
yes,
we
definitely.
can opt in it and also have
Yeah.
then so that with the CF update, it's not out of the box now the default core CF deployment.
Yeah,
YAML.
this would also not work for consumers who have not enabled IPv6.
Exactly, and if we
Yeah.
then
Okay.
define it in the separate experimental ops file, the IPv6 security group, I think then we are okay. Then
yeah,
it's just only switch on when the flag is set IPv6 egress only, and then we can add this experimental ops file, and with that is then also the IPv6 security group deployed. I think one missing part is I'm here not a sure and not an expert is really the IPv6 address range that should be used for this IPv6 stuff. So I think this information should come from Alex or Philipp Thiesel.
Yes.
And I also think this should be ideally in the IPv6 RFC documented somehow so that we are on the safe side. I wanted to avoid that we add here some IPv6 ranges that are not aligned with the community and also with our experts.
Yeah. I'm also not sure what to exclude. Where did you get this one from?
It was just from communication, and it was, I mean, the PR is on purpose in draft because it's just for this discussion. I already started doing it like ops file. I mean, to be triggered like an experimental ops file to be triggered when IPv6 is enabled. And this was just for discussion to the meeting. No, not that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. So I think it definitely makes sense to have a separate name for this group and move it to the experimental file, and then some expert has to tell us the correct range, or if you want to allow everything. Okay. Good.
And
yes.
After that, we need to work on the acceptance test because I saw that there is an acceptance test regarding to the security groups, and maybe this should be also tested within the acceptance test. Or
I guess if we have an IPv6 suite, then that might be a good addition to that.
I guess it has to be added. Yeah, except what about the v6 suite? We have prepared several egress tests, but what assumptions do these make about application security groups? Have you created a specific application security group, Milena?
No. I mean, my tests are only testing the DNS resolution. I mean, the ability to be possible to make calls to public sites that are IPv6,
Yeah.
that are handling IPv6.
Okay, so we could add
the assumption is more or less that this external IPv6 address is callable. As of
Okay.
now, it is not because the security group is not there, so it cannot be worked.
Okay, good. So the assumption is that we have this in the experimental v6 file, and that one is of course applied to the test environment, and then yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I'm working on this item, and I just want to make sure that I cover all of the cases that changes should be made. I mean, all of the places where changes should be made within the community.
Okay. Good.
As in essence, we changed this code, and Milena will then recreate another one, adds the proposed security group to the experimental ops file. This is the next step. We will have an iteration internally, then finally to define or have this fixed, which IPv6 address range should be in the security group. And then I think we can ideally, let's see how long this takes, but ideally maybe we already can discuss it again in 2 weeks in our community call.
Okay, good. Is there anything else for IPv6 at the moment?
Nope.
Probably not. Okay. Good. Then the last topic. As you know, we have an AWS account. It hosts the experimental BubbleEnv, the IPv6 environment, and the FIPS environment. Now, accessing this account is non-trivial. We have a root AWS user and password, but if you use that one, it sends a one-time code to deployments@cloudfoundry.org. And if you manage to log on to Gmail, then you will notice that that one sends a one-time code to my Jochen Ehret email address at SAP, because we had to link a backup address. And so sharing the Gmail account is, there are possibilities, but it's all quite difficult and impractical for us. You can share it with another Gmail user, but it's not really feasible. So I would propose another solution that targets directly the AWS account. So the simple solution is we create new technical users with IAM. So I could create a user for each one of you with a password that you have to change and store, of course. That's the simple solution. AWS proposes to use the identity center for this purpose, which has to be enabled. It is no extra cost. I've never used it, but not sure if it makes sense or improves anything over just using IAM. And well, third option, but not sure if this is easy to implement, we are at SAML or OpenID connect identity provider to our AWS account. And then you would have a more comfortable logon. However, I mean, we could try to do this for the SAP identity provider, then well, it's not helping you, Dave, but at least the rest of us could easily log on, but it's likely a bit more effort. So I would actually propose option 1 for those who need it. I create a technical user and then you can log on to the console. Any other opinions or ideas?
I think let's, as you propose, let's go for the first one. It's the pragmatic approach.
Yeah.
And
Likely, yes. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, if we later want to switch to a more sophisticated or better solution,
Yeah.
we can do this now. But this will unblock everybody, you know, the first solution, and also that we don't always have to buffer you, Jochen.
Yeah,
Giving the
it's
one-time
really
token.
it's really tricky to log on, but yeah, we will need it for IPv6. Okay, good.
Yeah, the only thought I had was whether the Linux Foundation logins have some way of leveraging that mechanism as a identity provider, but I don't know how easy that would be to set up.
I don't know. Single sign-on.
Yeah, because on GCP it actually works nicely, right? You can
It's
log in
nicely
with
because
your
it's
somehow
connected.
integrated. I don't know who connected actually it, or is maybe it goes via the Linux Foundation as well. But I have no knowledge. Yeah.
I've tried to check, but I couldn't access this part. So this Chris also must have set this up like with some identity provider. Yeah, okay. Linux Foundation would also be an option. I mean, yeah.
Maybe ping Chris and ask how's it configured for GCP and if we can have something similar for AWS. So maybe there's an easy way, and then it would. Yeah, but if not, do the pragmatic stuff, of course.
No, I don't think it's too bad to just have individual accounts for the time being.
Okay, good. Then I will start with Milena and then try to set up a technical user, and then we can test this. Good.
Sounds good.
One more small thing. I just noticed this yesterday. Since Carson is gone, we didn't have any CF acceptance releases, CATS releases. The last one was from April. You see quite a lot of changes have piled up. In particular, the IPv6 stuff and yeah, the feature manifest changes. So I created a new release. Oliver, if possible, you can add this to the regular community work backlog item. So from time to time, I think it was once per month. There was in Slack, there was an old reminder bot once per month. A CATS release should be cut. Procedure is, I think, pretty much the same as in CF deployment. You just have to think about, is it a breaking change or not?
Yeah, we have already a regular community work backlog item. So Aftab, as you are also on the call and you are doing this normally, should we cover this as part of this backlog item? And extend the description.
Dave,
I already have another one for the depender bots. Also this is something, no, because Carsten was not there.
yeah, depender bots, sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay on top of the dependency bumps, but yeah, if others can look at it as well, that would be good.
It is good that you are looking on this and also help here, Dave, and we also then, if it's so to say, on the radar and
Yeah.
try to merge.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, we are using only the release candidate branch, so for us it's not so relevant. Also in the copy validation pipeline, it's also release candidate, but I don't know, maybe there are certainly users who consume only released versions.
Yes.
Okay.
Also make a note that we cut at least once per month a cuts release. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So, any other business? Well, then, Oliver, you can quickly announce the latest
The latest good
changes into
news.
setup. Yeah.
Yeah, as usual, it's better to announce good news. Now we have not so good news. Dimitar will leave our team. Unfortunately, he's currently sick. The real official transfer is still a little pending, as it was formally discussed first end of September. Yeah, there are still some internal discussions. It might be that he will leave earlier. Let's see. This is the case. The not so good situation. In parallel, we still wanted to have here more approvers, help and support here from SAP side, and Milena will be one of our developers who is quickly digging into the topic, and you already see she's working a lot already with the IPv6 stuff. Milena is working now towards a reviewer and afterwards approver. And we got also another colleague, the team. He's now a few months there, Dennis, and we also want to educate him or bring him then also towards the approval role over the time, as these are then not only Dimitar leaving, so it's for sure it will be not so easy for the next couple of weeks and months because in our team only Aftab is approver, and thank God Jochen is still there as approver and helps here in the community. And yeah, it just takes them some time until the others are there.
Right.
Yeah. Are there maybe good news on your side, Dave? Replacement for Carson?
I haven't heard anything as yet. I'll follow up on that again.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't heard anything at the moment, so
Do you see any realistic chance that there will come somebody here, or hard to say?
I'm not sure. I'll do my best to see what I can arrange.
Good. Okay. No, then that's all for now. Thanks.
Okay. Any other business questions, suggestions?
No. From your side, Milena, anything?
No, I mean, something more specific, technical, maybe I will ask concrete members at some point. But I mean, I will work hard to become a reviewer and then approver, that's for sure. And yes, hopefully it will happen soon.
Mhm.
Keep up the work. It's worth the effort. Yeah. So we have, all right, we have no reviewers. We have Oliver as reviewer, right? Okay, good. Yes, you certainly can make the first step and apply for the reviewer role. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does not give too many permissions, but it's a start. So yeah, if you like, go ahead, open a PR. Yeah, good. Okay.
Good. Okay.
If there's nothing else, then have a nice day or a nice evening, and see you in exactly 2 weeks.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.